Hello, 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 and welcome. And today this is Jolene, with a Jewel Design, because normally it's Jolene, not me, but you never. Anyway, today we're gonna do a reverse. I'm revealing this handmade item, and we're gonna sort of put it back together to the point of closing it instead of like undoing it and showing everything that was inside it. So this is my vintage layered ephemera holder and journal. And hopefully, if you've been watching me on Instagram, you sort of see me put a lot of these little pieces together. I did a quick video on some of the pieces of this, so you can always go back and see like how I struggled with the cover or how we covered up the bags. I sort of did the big stuff with you guys on here on YouTube. So if you're finding me brand new, you know, there's a video or two with the process of this, but you sort of see me put it all back together here today. We're going to sort of stuff it all in there and then wrap it up and, you know, put it up in the shop. So, of course, I'm going to wrap it all up, and then I need to take photos. Oh, well, that's all right. We won't tie it. How's that? We won't tie it shut. I'm always doing this backwards, but it is an ephemera holder. So I took two large lunch bag, takeout bags in white. I distressed them. I covered them up, and then we sew them together in the middle. The goal was to sew in the journal. The journal did not get sewn in. It is a standalone sort of piece that you can sort of keep all tied together, and then, you know, you'll see that you can just pull it out and write on it. You can decorate it up. But the biggest thing was all the pieces. There's like 26 pieces of ephemera that sit within inside this ephemera holder, not including the few pieces that are actually sitting in the journal itself. So there's quite a bit here. It's pretty much everything that's in the kit, and a few extra pieces that I decorated up from other things, and just sort of threw this together. It's a gorgeous kit. It doesn't need a lot of decor. Little things like this can make a difference on some of the simpler papers. You know, everything was backed one way or another, so it still makes it writable. And I think they really did lend to themselves, or just little bits of something made it totally worthwhile. So you have pocket after pocket. We decorated the front here. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket here. There's another pocket, behind that. All right, so we get this all stuffed in here. It's a little tight. There's a little bit of a slip. There's a vellum pocket there, right? So we get to stick that back in there. Everything is backed. There's a clear pocket up here with a little journal card in it. See, ta-da. And way up here, and then there is a cute little bookmark writable card here, tag, that you can then put in here. Then in this back pocket, we have a very large writing board to make the writing on your journal a little easier. It is because it is a tall, skinny journal. Sometimes it's, you know, it doesn't open a certain way, and so it's nice knowing that you have something to put underneath there to make it a little easier. So it's just slightly distressed here, pretty paper here. Again, another huge writing space, let alone being a writing board. You can totally keep covering it up and write on it. So it goes in the big back pocket, as you can see way back here, right? Okay, helps, one, strengthen up the cover, two, gives you something to help write on. Then we have another pocket on pocket, right? So we have more journal cards, got two in there. You flip it over, there's a large collage with all the leftover pieces, tag to write on and to continue to decor. It goes inside the envelope, which was nicely covered all up, right? I'm going to make sure this was, I think I did this on camera too. And we get to wrap it around the back cover. Okay, get it all tucked in nice and neat. Everything lays out. And it attaches with a large paper clip that I covered with some paper, right? Has a little tassel here of some fabrics and some, hold on, I'm trying to get it all situated here for you, and some charms, which never work for me the way I want them to. Okay. Anyway, some cute little charms are on here. Little fabric things, little just pretty color. But it keeps our envelope with our cards in it tucked in nice and tight. And it's a great little thing on the outside of the ephemera holder. Okay, so we got that. Then over here, again, more pockets. It just keeps going. So another little journaling card that goes into a very tiny pocket up here. And it has a bunch of fussy cuts, right? That you can continue to cut down. I did sort of an easy cut on them. Nothing crazy, with some more little ephemera to go in there. Okay, and then we have pockets on top of pockets. We have more journal cards that just keep going. It's a lot of journal cards and a couple tags, for the most part. Again, we have a pocket back here that easily holds two cards. I did not put, oh, I do. I have a whole other pocket that I don't even have anything in, ladies and gentlemen. I totally forgot there was another pocket. Anyway, you have another Heidi pocket back here. So there's a pocket behind the lace. There's so much stuff going on that I totally missed that. It might have been It could have been in there at one point, but why would you do that? So anyway, you have a whole other pocket you can still fill. So I have 2 things in this pocket, but nothing in the back, but there's a place for that. So anyway, as you can see, there is another pocket back there. Well, you get to fill it with one of your favorite little, and sort of hidey hole. The double pockets here, there's that. And then one more, see, and there's the other half of the collage. I want to make sure that you have the room, and again, make the cover a little more stout. There's a pocket in the front cover that tucks into. You've got that little guy up underneath, okay? Then you have your journal. 48 pages are in here, 48 writing pages, okay? A couple papers, things, vellums. Again, there are a few pockets, so they have even more journaling cards in them. See, you get more. There's 4, I think, pocket areas in here. Very thin, very light, very easy. I didn't want to get too crafty, but we have things in here that I've got that I decored. I love how this one turned out with the green splotches on it. Has one of my new garden catalog cards in it. All right, I loved it in the green and inked. So since this was very botanical, even though it was a bunch of layered vintage images, there's a lot of botanical in this still. There's a lot of feel of flowers and gorgeous yumminess. So anyway, there's, I think, 4 different pocketed pages. Pocketed, I love that word. One of my favorites. Okay, another one down there, another one over here. We made this cute little card. You could add little papers to it. It has a nice fun tuck into it. All the way to the back. I have one more back here. There we go, right? Another tall tag. Everything is back so it can be written on. But it's sewn in, so at any point you get it, you could carefully unsew it. You could put a cover over it if you wanted to, and re-sew it back together, or just keep it simple. I do love this as a front cover. You could decorate this up, and you'd be ready to go. It is on pretty good 32-pound bright white paper, so it's not super thin. So it can totally withstand some work. And you would just put it right in here and let it cover. Now the front has this lovely tucky envelope. I took one of my envelopes, we made it a tuck, right? As we decorated the front cover, we made it a tuck for a journal card there. We're going to close this, technically. We're going to put another journal card in here. Now, to keep this closed while you're playing with it and not have it open up and be all flimsy, you have a cute little paper clip. And when you put it in here, you will attach it to that card we stuck on the inside. It catches it and keeps it from opening up every 5 seconds. And then you have this glued on that allows you to just wrap it around a couple times over. I know, I'm probably not even in cue. All right. That's all right, I'll undo it. This is not a huge, crazy, whatever. I gave it to enough times to where you can then be pretty crafty on how you want to do it. But I just sort of did a bow here, like a one, it's sort of going to be a one-tail bow. But you can decide how tight, how not so tight you want to do this. But enough to where you could tie something of a knot or a bow here lightly and be able to open this later. But if you do it tight enough, you should be able to then keep your journal in place and hopefully not, it falls out, but you can decide how tight. I didn't go very tight right now. Tighter you go, of course, the thinner this will be, and the straighter the paper will be, the ribbon will become. But when you close it, of course, with your hands, it, leaves you room to go. But anyway, you can tie it around as best you can, as much as you want, and you will have, that room necessary to keep your journal as it gets thicker inside it. So here goes, ladies and gentlemen, an ephemera holder with 26 plus pieces of ephemera, a 48-page journal with more ephemera inside of that, a cute little paperclip tassel with some fabrics and samples on it, the envelope that detaches. You could always glue it into a page if you wanted to. I covered it all up and then realized that there was nowhere to really put it that I wanted to, but you have the freedom to take everything that's in this cover, put it inside the journal, vice versa, share it, have fun with it. It is my digital design with the vintage layered journal kit, and I went ahead and made this gorgeous little journal and this cute ephemera holder, and I really hope you love it. It's now in the Etsy shop, and you'll come take a look and see if it fits your fancy and your needs for yourself or a loved one or good friend who would love a skinny journal and some pretty ephemera to go with it. So thank you all so very much. This is Julian with the Jewel Design, and we'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye bye.